This simple picture contains a great secret for developing better apps and case management systems. So if you're a product manager, system or functional analyst, or a developer, this video is a must watch. Before we continue, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. So when teachers want to assess a child's vocabulary, they don't simply show them a picture and ask the child what it is. Instead, they show them an image containing 4 pictures and ask the child to point to the one showing a house. Turns out children are better at pointing out what they know rather than saying it out loud. That is, they know more than they can express in words. Interestingly, this trait continues throughout our life. While we get better at articulating simple things like this is a house, we struggle at articulating complex topics like system requirements, data models, workflows, all the things it takes to go beyond building a simple Hello World app. So what does this mean for your app development team? Instead of asking users to describe their requirements in abstract words, you build a prototype, put it in their hands, and ask if that's what they wanted. You use prototype-driven development to progressively unpack the requirements, features, and solution options. Once you have a mature prototype, use that to develop the feature descriptions and design specs. That way, both the business and technical team have a confidence that the system specs are meaningful and correct. Without a validated prototype, different users will have a different understanding of the feature descriptions and requirements. You don't want to find out on release night that the system isn't what the users wanted or expected. It happens more often than you think. So how do you prototype a complex system with different screens, workflows, notifications, and roles? SysDesigner has been built exactly to achieve this need. Let's say you want to prototype a license application management system. So where users apply for a license of some sort, maybe it's a construction license, maybe it's a driver's license, whatever it is. You go to design, and first of all, we're going to define our license application form. So we're going to click on the application form, and we're going to set our fields. So this has got 3 sections: summary of the application, application details, and application decision. In addition to defining our form fields, we're also going to define our workflows. In this case, a typical application goes through draft mode. Then once the user submits it, it goes for analyst review, and the analyst then submits it for the manager to make a decision. And for each of these stages, we've got what the options are, for example, discard or submit, who can do it, and what the applicable notifications are. And finally, we have roles. What type of users will we have? Will we have applicants who can submit an application but can only view their own? Then you have your analyst and manager roles who can view all the applications submitted by all users. And that's essentially the key definition of the design part. Now, once we're ready, we're going to go to simulate mode. Click on simulate. Now you've got an entry page, My License App, and we're going to submit a new application. Continue. Now within this application, we can see this is the draft, the default mode, and we want to start with the applicant role. Now we can see as the applicant for a brand new application, this is what they see. They see the application ID, they can see the application details, and they can add the license holders, application suitability, and so on and so on. You can also see the sections that are hidden from them. For example, the application decision, because that's only available to the analyst and the manager. Next, we can see what options are available to them. So they can discard this application, they can save it, or submit it. Now, when they submit this application, we can now see quickly what is the notification that they get. So we get 2 notifications, one to the applicant saying you've successfully submitted this, and one to the analyst group to say, dear analyst, a new license application has been submitted. Please log into the system and action the request. And now we can see the view from the analyst point of view. So from an analyst point of view, we can see the summary. The application details themselves are now locked because we don't want the analyst to be able to edit them, but the application decision section is now visible where they can add in their notes. And again, we can see what they can see, submit for manager approval, and so on and so on. Now, how much easier is this to get users to tell you if this is what they wanted or not, right? Instead of showing them random abstract requirements, static forms, notifications, details, etc., etc., this helps them visualize what the system will look like, what each user will see, whether the fields will be editable, locked, which sections are visible, what notifications are triggered, as well as what the options are at each workflow stage for each user type. And the best part is, once you've done that, as you're designing the system and running prototypes, SysDesigner will build the documentation for you. For example, if you go to the design spec, it will have the data model ready for you, and then you can see for each entity, the workflow stages, the notifications. In addition to that, you've got your role-based access model here as well. It will also write the unit tests for you for each layout, for each field, including both positive tests as well as negative tests. And you can edit these to expand these if needed, as well as end-to-end tests. So you can say when I log in, my first screen, I should be able to see these sections, yes, no. These are some of the sub-steps I have to complete. These are the options that I should have, as well as these are the notifications that particular user should get. So that's the bonus of having a validated prototype and using System Designer to build it, is that not only can you quickly build a prototype, in fact, it will do a lot of the documentation for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below. Tell us your thoughts, questions, comments, and do share it with somebody who you think could find it useful. And obviously, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching.